Hey you guys, so I'm in my grimace. Today I'm like practicing my muscle ups, but anyway, here we go. So I'm in another locale of the gym. Today I want to talk to you guys just simply about how to get into ketosis, because sometimes I go a little complicated. I'm super excited about epigenetics right now and about this whole methylation cycle, but really if I just say something very basic, a lot of you guys really don't understand what being in ketosis is. So I've mentioned in several videos that people do this carb cycling and they're like, oh, 5 days a week I'm in ketosis and on the weekends I refeed so I can have more glycogen storages. No, that's not what's happening. Actually, what's happening is those 5 days that you are not in ketosis, you're in starvation mode. Your brain is searching for the glucose. So you're very catabolic during that week, right? And especially if you're competing. So you go, you drop down your carbs to, let's say, 50. Which, of course, for people trying to get into a state of ketosis, that would be too high. But let's say you drop your carbs down to 50, and then what? Okay, so you're down to 50, and your body's like, where's my carbs? You're working out, you're doing cardio, and I can't restore my glycogen storages. So your body's going to break down the muscle to convert it into glucose to try to raise glucose levels back up. But the problem is you can't store glycogen on gluconeogenesis, which is the breakdown of amino acids. No, that's a stress mode. And your body starts thinking it's in the fight or flight mode as a primal response all the time, all those straight 5 days. Then you refeed on glucose and your body freaks the frack out. I really want to cuss, but you know, I've got kids watching. Your body freaks out. So now you're refeeding and you're like overshooting the 5 grams of glucose that your body can handle in the blood at any one point. And now those centers, like if you have a serotonin problem, if you've got a dopamine problem, if you have a blood sugar dysregulation or any type of metabolic derangement, wham, you have this surge of glucose in the blood, the body freaks out, your glucose numbers shoot over 100, you become super hypoglycemic, and the carb cravings come back like crazy. And somehow people think that that's going to give you more glycogen storage. Why do you need more glycogen? Goo gaga. Why do you need more glycogen storage? I mean, if your body's on a homeostatic level, if you're in homeostasis, you don't need more glycogen storages for frack's sake. So what? So you can eat more carbs, so you can put more amino acids in the muscle cell? Well, if you're insulin sensitive, which you can't if you're overstuffing your body with too much glucose and refeeding the 300 grams on the weekends, you don't become insulin sensitive, you become insulin resistant. So then you've got to produce more insulin than normal to get the amino acids into the muscle cell so you can get bigger muscle. Sounds like a really nasty process of ruining your metabolism even more. Forget about the things that you're reading, even forget about what I'm saying. Take all the information and you guys decide. So I just want to say, a lot of you guys who think that you're in ketosis during the week, you're not. It takes days upon days for your brain to give up its primary source of like crack addicted, like from a crack pipe carbohydrates, and even want to use the ketones. You can produce some, but that doesn't mean your body's going to use them. It takes days. It takes at least up to a week before the keto flu symptoms subside. So you guys, for those who think you're in ketosis, you're probably not. And your glucose numbers can be high, and your ketone numbers can be high. Isn't that wonky? So that still means that your body's still stressing out, too much cortisol. Your body wants to use the ketones, but now the glucose is like, it's like it's been out of the picture, now it's coming back. And the brain's like, oh, my crack is back. That's why you're not highly adapted. Or some of you guys have low everything. You become hypoglycemic and your glucose drops when you drop your carbs down. So those who think that they're in ketosis because they just drop their carbs down, it's not that simple. You have to entice the brain to even want to get into a state of ketosis by eating as much fat as possible so your body will get out of starvation mode, which is what would happen in the wild to survive, which is let's slow down the metabolism and get more fat. Now, us vain people who like to be ripped and lean and all this in the modern society, that's a tragedy. But if you're hunting in the wild, you're like, please make me as fat as possible so I can survive. I really don't need all this extra muscle. It's kind of weighing me down. Let's get some fat up in there so I can feed the body. So for those who think that you're in ketosis, just because you drop your carbs, it's not that simple. Your sleep has to be on point. You have to eat enough fat, right? You can't overtrain. If you've got gut biome issues, if you're not methylating, if you're not detoxing, you're not going to get into a highly adapted keto state. I don't care how old you are. Because even young guys who look on the outside all ripped and shredded could have metabolic damage, right? They could be semi-insulin resistant. So learn more. If you want to learn more about how to get into a state of ketosis. Oh, and somebody just asked me the other day, like, I want to know your resources. You know, how, pray tell, can you tell people anything? And I'm like, look, I'm another talking head on the internet. But you know what? I've talked to a lot of people. And I've done a lot of comparisons. And you know what? I'm successfully getting people into ketosis where they couldn't themselves because they didn't have enough data, because there just simply isn't enough out there. Doctors still think that eating butter is going to give you a heart attack. I mean, really? Are we in the Stone Age? People still don't understand that your body doesn't need glucose. Your brain can run very lovely on ketones. People don't even know what a ketone is. People don't know that caffeine jacks your adrenals. That hijacks them. Hello, risks. You got to outweigh the benefits to the risks. You guys got to figure it out. Okay, if you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram and the Facebook fan page and all that blah, 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 social media. Or you could just go to the show note links below and just click on it. It'll take you right there. For now, I think I'm going to finish my workout and I continue to do some more muscle ups in my Grimace, because this is my playground and this is how I meditate. You're like, I don't meditate. I love working out. It's playtime for me. So peace out. The music sucks today. Whatevers.